Did my internet?
We're live. No. Oh, you look a little frozen, but I can hear you, CD.
Weird. Yeah, I think it just restarted. Hey guys.
I mean, that's a great picture. Your cleavage looks amazing.
Oh, well, that's good and super comforting. I cannot see anything. Oh no.
Oh,
It's all
now
right.
you're
I'll
back.
fix it.
You're back now.
Oh, okay, good. Okay.
Yeah, I hope you did screenshot
Okay.
that, Randy. Hey, everyone in the chat. We got Big Hands, A-Dubs,
I'll be there in a minute.
Randy, Adam in life, Shannon, Stoner. Couple people over Rumble. Everyone, I don't ask this often in my voice, but if you could hit that like button, share, subscribe. I need to share on my Twitter too. Real quick. Hi ladies.
Hey,
Hi.
how are y'all?
Good.
Good.
Living the life.
Alice, you're back from vacation.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Do you want to talk about it? Do you want to like to break down some of your? I know you had a stream the other day, but
I know you had a stream about it the other day, but you had some cool stories.
Thing with this. Oh, hey, Colonel.
Yeah. I always say when we go to those places, you see the best in parenting and the worst in parenting for sure. Yeah, the best in people and the worst in people.
Dang.
Adam scared a couple out of the lazy river. That was kind of funny because you know, like like they'll have like little buckets that fill up and then they dump, you know. So I get into the lazy river. There's like nobody in there. And I time it out and I'm like floating like this, like I'm laying in it like this. And I time it out so I can push myself through so I don't get slapped in the face with one of these buckets. And I don't care if I get wet. It just does not feel good when you get slapped in the face with one of those buckets of water. It's not. So I go through, and then here comes little Miss Princess, and her husband's pushing her on her raft. And then he waits for the other side to clear, and she catches my foot with her foot and gets me stuck underneath it as she goes through, and I got the dump
on your face.
It like hit me right here, so it like goes up my nose and stuff. And I'm just like, oh. And this bitch starts looking at it. She's like laughing and pointing. And I'm just like, I mean, she's all nice and dry. You can tell like she's one of those chicks who just doesn't want to get wet. And I'm kind of pissed because, like, yeah, I have a husband, but I'm an independent woman and I can get through the buckets on my own. And you fucked it up. So they go through and she's like laughing, pointing at me, and I'm like, okay, like that's a bit much. You know?
God did
honey. Calm down.
God pointed and laughed at you too, because he was like, "Watch this lady try so hard to get around this bucket."
And she had her husband pushing her, and I was on my own, her fat feet. She's like, "Get out of here, lady."
Awesome. Y'all had a good time. Sounds like you had a good time. That's what matters.
It was fun, but it was funny when Adam got in there and I was telling them what happened. They like start looking back at Adam, and the husband's kind of like, yeah, he's kind of big, and they kind of like go faster. And they just get out. Like, I was like, oh my god. And it's like Adam wouldn't have done anything. It was just funny that he was kind of like, oh.
Oh, there's a video. You guys keep talking. There, I gotta find this. There's a video I was gonna send you to, Alice, that made me laugh because it was like, this monkey, a little baby, walked towards one monkey, and that monkey was like, and just like pushed the baby down. And then the real mom came over, and I'm like, that's Alice when a kid comes to the adult hot tub, like just like, bam.
Rejection.
Yeah. Get out of here.
You must be taller than you are to get in this hot tub, man. Sorry.
Yeah, I think some people like feel bad about that shit, and I'm like, nope. Your pee tub's down there, kid.
Absolutely.
it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was
good.
it was a good time though. The room was really nice. The bed was so comfortable.
Ooh.
It was not long enough. I can't wait to go away for 5 days in August. But that just sucks because you got to get through like the whole summer, and then yeah.
Dang.
I love you, but not right now. Well, I mean, I still love you. I'm just not gonna love on you right now. Did CD
Yeah.
freeze again?
Yeah, I did. I'm here. I'm here. I can hear you guys.
Screenshot.
Oh my God. This is okay. All right.
Oh, Colonel saw it. It's on like I can't remember what the Twitter. It's like nature is rough or metal or something. I forget what it's called. Just the way the monkey is like.
Nature is amazing. There's like a lot of those things. Like nature is amazing. Nature is. Yeah, no, I don't have an ashtray.
Now you're back.
Yes.
I was gonna. Alice, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I was gonna make on our post because you have that picture with those wolf ears on now. I was gonna make it like tonight. We'll talk about Alice's her what's the word I'm looking for? What was it? Just basically how Great Wolf Lodge ears turned you into a furry, and now you're a wolf furry.
Nice.
Oh, hey, Kyle. Oh, Shirley, remember you guys had me on your live last year looking for some margaritas. Oh, good. That's right. He did pop on a live. And it was, him and his girl were having margaritas. And I love me some margarita. I have a problem, though, lately with margaritas. The other night, I only had 2, although one was, like, fucking big. And it's like, the problem is I drink it so fast because it's so delicious. And, like, it's such a sugary.
Right.
And then I'll be fine. I'm totally fine. I can even drive. And then all of a sudden I'm like, and then I just I drink it so fast. My body's like, get it out. Get it out.
Yeah.
So I was like, that was last Friday. Hey, I'm Gabriel. Oh, nature, you're scary. Damn, nature.
Drinking those tequila and lemonades is what ended me up in that fire pit the one night. The last thing I remember is selling eggs. These lemonades are so good. They're going down so good.
Do you're in trouble? You know you're in trouble when that happens.
They're so good. Yeah.
That's
I keep thinking about having a beer, but I'm just scared it's going to be so good. Because I've been doing so much cleaning. And do you want to hear something weird?
Yeah.
So I would have these dreams where we were in a house. We would get a house and it would just keep having more space, and more space. And I feel like those dreams are coming true because there's so much space in this house that you don't see. And I really have not utilized a lot of it because we've been so busy doing other stuff. And now I'm actually utilizing the space and I'm like, holy shit, it's like a never ending thing of space. Like my dreams came true.
That is crazy.
Dreams.
Maybe even clearing space mentally too, it means. You know what I mean?
Maybe. Yeah.
Man.
Could be, but it's exciting to.
It is exciting. Yeah.
Yeah. I cleaned out the whole our entryway closet was just. I finally got rid of shit that was my mom and dad's in there, and I'm like, I should actually organize this now. And I pulled everything out and I organized it. I wiped it all down, and everything's all on the same kind of hanger, so it's all nice and neat. But you know what? 70% of that closet is my sweater jackets.
Really?
There's 6 actual jackets in there.
I can't imagine. You guys are just used to that. I cannot imagine that taking up that much room in my having to have that much room. I guess just for your winter clothes.
I mean, sweater jackets make outfits very versatile. You know, like
No
I can,
doubt, no doubt.
yeah, like you have like the same few shirts. Well, I mean, I do have like kind of a lot of shirts.
What
Here,
girl
we all
It's
have
doesn't?
one of
our
those things where it's like
Yeah.
I don't wear most of them. I was going through our closet yesterday. I'm like, God, I have a lot of cute clothes. I should wear them.
Uh, you have to do that from time to time because you just end up, you just end up with a lot, and then you're like, oh wow. Then you go shopping in your own closet. It's a good feeling. It also means you have a lot.
Yeah. I got rid of a lot of my parents' stuff too. I was having a hard time. My mom has like all these winter coats, and I had a hard time getting rid of them. It was just, yeah. They still smelled like her. So you're like,
I get that. I get that. Yeah.
but yeah, now it's my fucking closet finally.
Awesome. Awesome. It's good to have room. It's really good to have room.
Yes, I've been an organizing machine this week. Adam
Phenomenal.
might have to bring me one of those beers after I finish this Dr. Pepper.
Who we having a DP? Nice. I'm having a Canada Dry. A little
Nice.
GA. Ginger ale.
Ginger ale's so good.
I asked people if you guys could find that video on Twitter, send it to me. I really want to look at it.
Let me
The
find
little
that
monkey
video.
hits this.
I know what video you're talking about.
Oh, you've seen it? It's just, I love how it hits the monkey, the baby. It's like,
Oh,
fuck
fuck,
no.
buddy.
But not like, it doesn't like hurt it, but it's just so forceful and like, fuck no, baby. You're not my baby. Ugh.
Is it, Adam? I can't imagine that. Ginger and Captain is good.
I've heard, if you want to drink tequila again, have you guys ever had tequila sunrises?
Oh yeah.
Go get your bartender.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they're
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
They're nice and light and refreshing. It's kind of like if you want to do margaritas, but do something not as fucking sugary and crazy.
Right.
Do DP
That or Palomas.
yeah. Oh yeah, I love
I'm a
Palomas.
big fan of Palomas. And I can make really good ranch waters, like with like my own mix of simple and soda. Yeah. That is all dangerous, Kyle. All those combinations he just named. Oh my god.
Very
Oh,
sugary.
God. It sounds
Well, I
like
don't know. I got
a lot
as
of
long
bad
as there wasn't a lot
decisions.
of fire. No, I don't really do shots a lot. And
It'll be right back.
last time I did a lot of shots was at the vow renewal, and I almost died on the kitchen floor the next morning.
I heard you out there. You're like going on a tirade. You're like, I'm gonna get a job. I'm gonna just like give it. The kids are going. They're gonna go out of the house. Like just the way you were saying it was so funny. And I was fucking fucked up. Like I was like hungover and had to catch a. We had to get ready to go to the airport and stuff. And I was just like, oh god, we had a good time that night.
Yeah. The only reason I woke up is because I thought I was gonna die.
You guys were up late too.
I would not have been on that car ride. I was just like, oh my god, I'm gonna die.
You guys were up late. Ugh.
Oh my god, yeah. And we have that. I think Adam has the picture of Steve. He was laying on the dance floor, and I think it was like 2:30, and I was like, dude, I'm not done. Get off my floor. I got more dancing to do. The fuck?
Like we're getting all the money we pay for this. This is what we rent. We are gonna get all the fun out of it.
And I did, man. That was fun. I had a nightmare about having the vow renewal again, though. It was like a nightmare. It wasn't a happy dream.
Recently?
Yeah.
That's
like
weird.
A few days ago. But yeah, I'll do big parties again, but if we were to ever like feel that feel to renew our vows again, I think I'll just like, I don't know. I don't know. You know what? Even when I do have a big party at my house, I'm probably going to stress just as much. So I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm full of shit. Nobody listen to me.
That sounds kind of, I'm just gonna be honest, that sounds kind of gay. I'm just gonna say. Just kidding. Just kidding. I love house parties and I love theme house parties. That's like the funnest thing. And I love house parties too, because if you go a little hard, there's always somewhere comfortable to kind of chill for a little bit. You know, it's not like out there. Well, I love
It was very gay. He said.
Yeah, there's nothing I can like. I have nothing bad to hide. It's just some sexy pictures, you know. So and I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. If people don't like it, and if people don't like me criticizing Trump, I don't care. I can criticize fucking anyone I fucking want, and don't like come at me being weird. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Right. And I can listen to any music I want to while I'm cleaning litter boxes.
Yeah, fuck off, stoner.
Oh, I missed that.
So
you're trying to get Kyle on your show, right, Alice?
Huh?
You're trying to get Kyle on your show, right?
Oh yeah, so we can just talk about Pantera. But yeah, Stoner gets upset because he thought when I was listening to Pantera, I was like slamming Bud Lights and like rocking out. And then the one night I was like, I'm cleaning litter boxes and stuff usually, like I'm a mom.
Right.
I mean, sometimes I listen to Pantera and rock out, but
everyone in the Rumble chat.
Oh, hey y'all.
Some of y'all on both chats.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did I even hear you, Joe?
I don't know if I know CD, you had a topic you wanted to talk about.
Oh yeah, the 81-year-old setting the standard for sexy in this country. Yeah, that's it. So specific, okay, so I know it's this issue and this topic, not even an issue, this topic has been exhausted by everyone everywhere, but we haven't seen each other for a while, so and it's relevant to us ladies, right? So I thought it was very interesting and a solid choice by Sports Illustrated to choose. They had 4 cover models this year. One was Megan Fox. I mean, okay, you know,
I thought she was pretty hot.
Well, I mean, my thing is like we've already seen her naked. When we've already seen you naked, like what's like? I mean, just do Playboy at that point. Like, there's just like not a whole lot being left to the imagination, which is like the point. No, he knows he knows how I feel. I think Martha is super hot, and I am. You know, if I was an 81-year-old, I would be super jealous probably, but I'm not. And I'm not jealous.
I will eat as many baby fetuses as it takes to look like Martha Stewart.
Right. I mean,
just kidding. I won't, guys. No, maybe a couple, but
maybe a few. Yeah, they're expensive. I hear they're like real expensive.
Yeah, they're hard to get.
Yeah, they're hard to come by. So I mean, like that's fine. Like I think it's great that she looks good, and I think it's great. I think that's wonderful. But I think it's weird that we're encouraged to, you know, find that sexy. And if you are, I don't know, looking at a young woman that's attractive and you were to say the things that people were saying about Martha Stewart, then you're a creep. So I think it's weird that we are being told by society that we can no longer look at, you know, a standard, a certain standard, right? Like we're no longer allowed to look at that. or if you do, then you get in trouble socially. There's consequences for looking at a girl who is scantily clad in a gym. So yeah, I just think it's I think that's weird, y'all. I think it's weird that there's a man on the cover. Uh I think it's
There's a
it's
man on the cover.
oh yeah, the man's name is Kim Petras, and it's a man. Yeah, look it up. Look it up.
Yeah.
And then there was an actual hot woman that no one knows about. That she's like a no name. She was an actual like beautiful, like she looks like a swimsuit model and totally deserving to be on the cover. So I just think it's weird.
Finger chick. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll be honest. I saw her picture. I didn't know that was a dude.
Well, of course not. That's the point.
Okay, well, a lot of them don't even try anymore.
I think there's
Put
a whole lot of them
fucking effort in. Put effort in. If you're gonna be a girl, you gotta put effort in.
I think there's a lot of them that do put a lot of effort in that look way better than that one. Like,
I don't know. I'm trying. I mean, I guess I just don't know that many.
they're out there.
Yeah,
They're out there. They're out there.
I've known them for years. Right.
So yeah, so I don't know, like, I think glorifying mediocrity is where we're at. And if that's where we're at, I mean, yeah, I mean, there's no denying that's a beautiful woman for any age.
Yeah,
by any standard. Like I'm not like that, like I'm not taking that away. I just want to make that clear. Like I'm not saying Martha Stewart isn't extremely attractive. I'm just saying it's mediocrity. It's not the peak of like the female form like this has been, prior to the last 8 years, probably before that. Kate Upton was on the cover at one point,
Yeah.
I think the other models kind of bring it down. I would think, if anything, if it was just Martha Stewart and let's say she doesn't do any weird Hollywood shit to look young, I guess it's an advertisement to eat healthy and take care of your skin.
Right? I mean, I'm just, and I mean, and
her wrinkles and stuff are touched up, like especially on her chest area and stuff.
Right.
That's really hard to avoid.
I think we all know that it's heavily photoshopped. You know what I mean? Like, we can all agree.
Still looks in good shape. I mean, even with her clothes on, she looks in good shape. So
right.
I'm really not shocked.
But why are we shaming hot chicks in bikini beer ads? Why is that bad? That we're like,
that's what I'm saying. That's
like all of us are kind of similar. Like Alice doesn't post thirst traps, but she knows when someone's doing it for stupid reasons, or when like there's ways to fuck. And everyone has to fucking either you're okay with everyone doing it or you're not. And there's a war on the hot people right now.
That's where I'm coming to. That's where it's at. And then all that does is empower mediocrity in women to where like girls who shouldn't have like zero business demanding anything should be grateful are not, and it's never enough because they're a 10 and It's like, well, you're a 10 until a 10 walk in, don't conflate your numbers. Know your range. You know what I mean? Like know your range and stick to that and be proud. The lowest number, as low as it goes and then as high as it can go. And like, yourself and like, so yeah. And I'm not saying to compare yourself to other people. I'm just saying that like by your standard, but don't lie to yourself. These women lie to themselves.
And like Martha, haven't you gotten enough attention? Like, trust me, I'm an attention whore to the max. But like, girl, Girl, like Martha, come on, you get to party with Snoop Dogg. Someone just said, Curious Minion just said this over in Rumble. Like, girl, you've had a good life. Like, you can take your boudoir shots and whatever, but like, can you leave the hot people and up to the hot people?
It used to be a way for like young models to get on the up and up. You know what I mean? Like Sports Illustrated was a way, like, that was like a
It was
step.
a big deal.
It was a big deal, and like now to just have like already celebrities on the cover.
Thanks, St. Michael.
Oh, thanks, St. Michael. I don't know. It's just like the mediocrity that we are being asked to settle for as a beauty standard.
Yeah, it's not fair because I've worked my ass off just to look like as good as I look, and I like you still are able to like who you are, right, and still love who you are, but still like this is from Adam. Adam gave me.
I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it, and that's what I'm saying. When you start comparing mids to mids, which is what we've decided is the beauty standard, they're gonna get mad. They're gonna be big mad. And I hope they do. I hope guys use this. Oh my God, on some entitled bitch that thinks whatever, dude, tell her. God, Liz, anyone on TV look just like Liz?
When we were at Great Wolf Lodge, I was a 10 most of the time we were there. I'm not gonna lie.
See, I believe you. I believe that.
It's bad though. Like, it's a problem.
Shoot, come out to some of these beaches out here, dude. I'm like, oh my god, and like I don't wear like I don't wear skimpy bikinis. I just don't. I'm just not into that. And some people shouldn't be into it probably, and like are, but it makes me feel really good about myself.
Some of these people were so big, like they couldn't get up the steps to take their kids on the bigger slides.
You mean they couldn't? Yeah, go.
One lady, Adam's like she was blocking this walkway to get to a slide, and Adam's like, they're not going to let her on the slide. They're not going to let her go down. And sure shit, she wanted to go down the slide. They were like, nope. And I've seen some big ass dudes come down that slide. I don't think it was so much her weight as much as they thought she would get stuck.
Did she fit? I wonder if she fit on the airplane. Did you guys see that today?
Yeah.
Did you guys see that? It's like the same thing. It's like the same thing.
And I hate it when people are like, well, it could be, it could be a medical issue. It could be a pill that they're on.
That is not a medical.
That one.
Like, I have known people who have gone through like a medical issue or started taking some kind of prescription pill, and they might have had some dietary problems, but it's usually within like 20 pounds, whether it's like gaining weight or maybe losing weight, like maybe you lose your appetite. It's not 250 pounds.
No, there's a type of big where it takes work. Like it takes work to get that size.
Like, choices were made. Choices were made to get you to this point, which is why when it comes to these entitled fucking people, you have to tell them, it's not about having a problem, because a problem means that there is, there's a source of conflict, which has nothing to do with them. That's someone else's problem. You have to make it about their choices. Like, what choices have led you here? So the plane is not the problem. The ample space given to you to go through these aisles is not the problem. What's the problem are the choices that you've made leading up to blocking an entire plane from boarding. And people should point and laugh at you. You are not a protected class because you're fat. People should tell you you look unhealthy. But instead, this woman in particular claims, which I highly doubt this, I have yet to see proof, that she is a plus size model. Now, never in my life did I think, and I'm only 32, and never in my life did I ever think that I would see the words plus size and model and a picture like this ever. So,
Well, yeah, and because it used to be
like
plus size models back in the day were just a
like
little
size 6.
thicker.
Yeah, they were like size 6, size 8. They weren't even a size 10. Like
They just had boobs and kind of were
yeah, a
tiny
little curvy. But like they had
Right.
fit arms, like they didn't like they were, they were just
was
they just weren't a
proportionate.
stick. Yeah.
Thank you.
So, okay. Okay, so but this lady is claiming that it's the airline's problem and that, this is discriminatory, and it's like, well, why? Yeah, more like
Oh my god!
But
A channel just got taken off of YouTube pretty much because he was making fun of fat people. But I think he got it. I think they like gang reported him.
okay, good.
But
Okay, good.
I think
Well,
we'll be
whatever.
fine. I think
We're fine.
Yeah.
Well, again, I would tell those fat people, I think we need
thank
to
you,
look
Mark.
at the choices that led us here.
And we've all
And
seen those shows where they're really big. They are eating a lot. I mean, it is a lot of work they are just constantly eating, which trust me, I get a lot of fucking food too, and I get in fucking snack modes and everything, but like there's something else going like they'll have like 5 muffins and and then an hour later have something like it's an addiction at that point, and it takes
yes,
it's
yes.
not it's not their plain people's fault. They shouldn't.
No.
And you should have to we have to pay for fucking luggage because of the weight. Hello, like how is that not like unfair? Like that they don't have to pay extra if you weigh extra, because that's what fucking going in the sky. The technology goes into the fucking sky, lifts us up. Why would you want to put your extra weight on there when you don't even need to be that big? Anyway,
I bet you that bitch doesn't float in a lazy river either. Sweetie, I texted Jess when we were at Great Wolf Lodge, and I'm like, I was in the lazy river and there's like nobody in there, but these people keep clogging it because they barely moved. Do you understand how big you have to be?
Yo. And people tell these people that they're someone had told this woman she is some sort of beauty standard. Okay? And those people think that they're like that person. And so their lifestyle is okay. And you know where this leads? You guys saw that movie WALL-E?
It's happening.
Like it's happening. It's happening. It sounds like it's happening. The nucleus is in Great Wolf Lodge.
Adam, I agree with that because I know some very heavy people and they're very successful in other aspects of their life, and they're very hardworking people too. Like, and yeah, I do think sometimes it's depression, and which even still, it's just, like my mom and I are both like this, like when my grandma died, my mom was like, go buy me a cake. I want cake. Just sit there and eat cake. But
that's different. That's different. That's still different. That's still different.
Drives you to that. Like, yeah, like
Well,
that just got
and
me
then
thinking. It is interesting when you see people so successful in other aspects of life.
And some of them are fed. It really is. There's a person in there, unlike those big people. Like someone is there feeding them too, so they're like it's enabled. Like any addiction,
Yeah.
there's someone enabling them. And thank you, TCG Joe.
Sometimes it starts as kids, though.
Oh, that's awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry, Alice, didn't mean to interrupt.
Mommy,
I feel bad because I need to
Mommy's
be.
gonna get some more discount shoes for that show.
I have been.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to stream as much, so I feel bad. But I'm like, if we can at least for the next little bit get at least one or maybe two Scissor Me Timbers in a month. Just everything's on Thursday, so we'll figure. We'll make it happen at least. Even
That's
in
how it is
Sure.
in my town too. It's Tuesdays and Thursdays, though. I think it's Tuesdays is council meeting and Thursdays is school board meetings, and everybody's already starting to fight. But I actually agree with the liberal guy that's running in my ward. Like, I agree with him. Like, there's a lot of Republicans like, oh my God, our school is filled with this and that. It's like, okay, no, that's happening at schools, but it's not happening at our schools. So you need to talk about things that we can just do better for our students. Like, don't try to freak out about things that aren't happening in our school district. Like, they're like,
Right.
I don't like the way the public school system is, but we have a lot of good teachers. Even though we took our kid out of school, she had a counselor that I loved. She had a music teacher that I loved. Her principal was awesome. There's really, really good people at our school, and our high school doesn't just push college. They push the trade school that's 5 year and stuff like that. So it's like, why don't you just talk about things that we can make better? Like, maybe talk about how we can teach kids about taxes, give them a class about taxes, like, instead of freaking out about things that are happening on TikTok.
Right.
Or teach them how the school loans that they all want everyone to forgive. Like, why are these teachers want their school loans forgiven, and yet they're in front of the kids who are about to take those same loans out, and they're not fucking telling them what the fuck. And the parents, it's the parents' responsibility first to teach these things, right? But like, here we have this huge, gigantic problem. These people who are educators and teaching people, and they've done the mistake. They made the same mistake, and they're not teaching. The people are still taking out these loans. They're still fucking taking these loans out. Like,
so, I think everyone. Here's what I think happens: if you get out of college and you go straight from college to teaching, you're young. You're young. You're impressionable. It's like your first like real job, and they get like indoctrinated by like the system, so they become scared of it, like, oh my God, we'll get in trouble if we do this or if we don't do this. But like, if you're like me and like you've worked in a bunch of places, I've worked in the public sector a lot, and I know there are caveats to every rule. There's exceptions. Like, for every earmark of money, you can re-earmark it. Like, it's not hard. So I'm saying, if like teachers were to really care about kids, like if it was really about the kids, then they would see the need for these classes like you're talking about. They would say, look, let's come to the principal with a solution instead of just whining and being like, we need to do this, or they want us to do this. If it's all about the kids, we're under that assumption, right? Then
we're under that assumption.
Yeah, right. Like I said, operating under that assumption, right?
Hey, don't you dare!
Exactly, and people need to be all the libertarians and shit start getting on these school boards and all these little.
I am.
Positions.
That's what I'm working on. That's what I'm working on. That's my trajectory is definitely. And
we're gonna.
Way. But but anyway, I'm just saying. If they really cared about the kids, they would see that, and there's ways to have those classes. That's all I'm saying. Like, there's ways to do it. And I don't feel, so when a teacher's like, oh, it's just all about the kids for like all this other bullshit. It's like, if you really cared about the kids, you would come together as teachers, as a staff, and say, look, I think we need to offer our juniors this, and I'm willing to teach it. Can I have an hour? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you can do that. You can absolutely do that. Yeah. And teachers just get scared of like the system because they browbeat.
They think they have, and they also were taught not necessarily to be critical. They're taught how this is how you have to do everything, and they're so like they can't break out of that. And that's like, there's so many people who went to college and think communism will work and all that stuff. And it's
Right.
like, we just
So-
taught it. And they're like, no, it'll work. We were taught this way. And I'm like, it's good to teach things. It's good to, but like this whole, what we say is it. And this is the only way you could do it. Especially all these people who supposedly hate monopolies. They hate monopolies, but they want a monopoly on education. They need a monopoly on education by the government only. It's like, you guys are so stupid. They're so stupid, you know?
Yes. And so, you know, I think that public schools can be, they can work, but that it has to have a good school board. One that, you know,
and it's funny, anytime a good, like out here in Colorado, 2 counties now, the school boards have turned over to like good people who are trying to do it. And one just happened in Woodland Park, Colorado. There was a whole story about it. And they're like, the local news, who they get their fucking nose involved every time in the politics of a local school board if it's going against the leftist school union stuff. And that's what happened, Woodland Park, until the school union and the NBC News like attacked these people for taking over their school board. And I'm like, just like how they do this shit, and then they don't even talk about how the school board's going to do a better job than what was happening. And it's the union, because they're going against the union, and they're going to, like, the union should not be controlling. If we have to have this school, why is the union controlling? It's such a stupid, convoluted thing where it's like government and government and government, like the Spider-Man pointing at each other stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And also, I would like to add, don't call parents that want to be involved domestic terrorists.
Yeah.
How
Did
about
you
that?
see that guy who did the whistleblower on that? He was like, he got interviewed at Congress or whatever today too.
That's just so weird, because so when our daughter went to a city public school, which I actually, as far as the education, I liked it better, but the teachers liked me being an involved parent. They liked that I talked to them and, you know, communicated with them. But then I felt like her teacher at this school, like, just did not listen to us, could care less what Scar was going through. But yeah, it's so weird how we went from parents need to be more involved to parents shut the fuck up. You don't know what's good for your kids. And it's like, well, you're both spending a lot of time with your kids, so you should be talking to each other.
Probably. Yes. And teachers should want, excuse me, it's like a detriment to the teacher if their parents aren't involved. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's
yeah.
Like whenever I'm a teacher, I hope I have teachers. I hope I have parents that are involved. You know, like, please be involved. Please.
Right.
I don't want to raise your child. I get a child for like 9 months. You know what I mean? Like, please don't put that on me.
Yeah, my daughter's kindergarten teacher, when she started school, we had just lost my mom. My daughter was devastated, and it was just hard on us. And it was, I pulled her teacher aside and I told her right away, like, what we were going through. She was so awesome, because it's like, yeah, it helps you understand what the family's going through, helps you understand, like, okay, you know, Scar may be like accepting more of this because she's a child, but mom's probably hurting a lot. You know what I mean? Like, it just helps you understand what's going on. And then when I got pregnant, I told her I was pregnant. You know what I mean? Like,
when they're in that impressionable age, like yes, as a teacher, that would be very beneficial, because I'll at least be aware, you know, and if I see any behavioral changes, you know, I would certainly communicate that with you. And I'm going to assume it probably would have to do with some stuff at home, you know, if I don't clearly see it going on at school. And you know, so
we have more options. It's like medical stuff. We just need more and more and more other options.
Yeah, that's really what it boils down
just to starve them out to some extent.
Right. So, I know it's tough, but I'm so ready to like be in that system, to really learn it. And
she's ready to indoctrinate your children, is what she's saying.
Yes. Don't listen to anything they tell you, kids. Don't question everything.
And what we talk
The-
about, don't tell your mom and dad. Shh.
Oh my God.
Like, what the fuck? That's what a fucking abuser says.
One of the first things like you teach your kids like when they're old enough to understand is people who want you to keep secrets from mommy and daddy, that's not okay, you know. And like with our daughter, we explain it to her like surprises are okay. Like if grandma and you buy mommy and daddy a gift and you're supposed to not tell us, that's okay. But secrets and stuff like that's not okay. That's
no, it's not okay. No, I cannot even imagine. I can literally not even imagine like I really want to record myself in the class. Like I want a camera in the classroom just so we can document. I know I can't do that, but like just to be able to document that, like how much I'm not doing that, how transparent I am. So like, if you want to go back and watch the lesson from that day, like it's there.
Right.
So there's never any question.
I think the only issue with like cameras in the classroom, and it's something that my cousin brought up, who's a teacher, is you do have kids that come to you about something in confidence. She's like, so stuff like that, she was like, that would have to be something we would have to think about, like don't want everything accessible to every
my house guests are here really quick. Let me let them in, but you guys keep talking. I'll be back.
Okay, cool.
So I just like wonder like how like
here's something.
Well, I'm just like I want to like set this up. So you're teaching your class and you just have your camera on so your teacher, the parents can see whatever. Like, well, you want to teach younger kids, right?
4th grade.
Okay. So like what if like little Billy comes up to you and wants to tell you how Tommy is like doing something really bad, and then Tommy's parents sitting like, I just like, do you think it should be a live feed? Like how, like if we did have cameras in the classroom,
no, I don't think
what would your best ideal for parents to be able to see? What do you know what I'm saying?
So I would it would just be on record. It would not be live. It would just be on record, to where at the end of the day, if you wanted the lesson, you could review it. I would have it from the back of the classroom to where like kids, it would just be like the back of the kids' heads and then me. Also, if I have a student that's unless it's like just like basic classroom management that I can handle myself, but if like a kid came to me and like was like trying to tell me something like heavy, like real, that I would need like a higher level involved in, I would immediately take that child by the hand and bring them right to account, like right in front of someone else. Right. I would not have this conversation by myself. That would be like my first priority is like, I want to listen to you, but like, but I just think, yeah, if it recorded me, I think that would also make for better teachers if they thought they were being, monitored, especially in the public sphere. And it would definitely make them, like I said, it's not live. It's not like parents can like, like log in and watch it, but definitely, be monitored a lot more than they are. I think you wouldn't have this situation because as soon as they close the door, it's like they're the tyrant in their classroom. So they run it how they see fit instead of like what's most beneficial. I'm not saying all teachers. I'm not saying all teachers do this. I'm saying the ones that are trying to do bad, that are doing bad. They're closing the door and they don't want what's going on to get out. Whereas I think there's a whole bunch of teachers that wouldn't mind being recorded. I just wouldn't like it. Just wouldn't bother me. Like
if you're, if you're doing like all my jobs, I wouldn't mind being recorded. Well, maybe when I worked at Big Boys, I wouldn't want to be recorded when I went to take the trash out.
Yeah. Probably
the
not.
rest of the time we good.
Yeah, right. Just that one time. It was that one time. That one job. But I mean, I just think that if you, especially like I said, this is public school, right? So especially when you are being paid with public funds, that you should be held accountable by the public.
He's outside, but you can't go out there because he's spraying the yard. Yeah, he's spraying the yard. You can't go out there. Why do you have 10 Band-Aids on?
Oh, I did that.
That's Sweetie. Say
That's
hi,
me.
Sweetie.
Sorry. Hey. Hey. Oh my gosh, that might be your child.
It is funny. You're funny. Yes, you are.
Dude, you cannot deny that one.
Okay, go upstairs, please. And come on. That fan is there to suck this. Hang on.
Oh, go ahead. Oh boy. All right, they left me here by myself.
Rascal. My little rascal.
Definitely your kid for sure.
Oh my god, dude. Both of them are definitely our kids.
Yeah.
That's like I said, I don't know what we expected. We're both very I'm gonna do shit my way. Why does it have to be this way? Like sometimes
good.
I just want to tell my daughter, like, yeah, like you should just like run off with a band so she'll rebel in another way. But instead I'm like, I want like 10 grandbabies.
Right. So please don't run away like that, please.
Yeah, but she's yeah. We'll see what happens. When she turns 18. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah. It'll be fun. No matter what. No matter.
She's a lot like her dad too. Yeah, definitely a smart aleck. I mean, I'm a smart aleck, but wow, those two. And my whole family is so much louder than me. Like everybody's so loud, and I'm so much quieter than everybody else in the family. Like everybody else is like, ah! And yeah, like we'll be somewhere, and I'll be whispering to Adam, and he's like, "Why are you whispering? Nobody can hear us. Nobody can hear us."
Do you think it's because they were so loud? So like now you actively try to not be loud?
I don't know, but everybody's really loud in this house, and it's a lot for me to deal with.
Well, damn.
Like, I like my music loud, and that's it. Like, I don't need. Yeah, they're very loud. My daughter's loud. When we were at Great Wolf Lodge, I don't know what we were doing, and I'm like, why do you talk so loud? Like, you do not. I'm standing right next to you. You do not need to talk this loud. And
because I don't feel heard in my house. Because I don't feel heard unless I scream, Mom.
And Adam, he's just naturally loud. And it's so funny, like during streams, sometimes I'm like this because it just gets so loud. It's a lot. Yeah, everybody needs to quiet down.
Yes.
They need to shut the fuck up.
Oh boy. Yes.
So since Jess isn't here, make everybody mad. So how about that last episode of Vanderpump?
I knew you were gonna bring it up. Okay. I first of all,
Schwartz knew. He knew.
Yes, which we all knew he knew. Okay. And guys, for everyone that's still here, thank you. And we are talking about the season finale of Vanderpump Rules. That's where we're at now. And if you haven't If you have no idea what we're talking about, that's okay. Uh, this is our thing,
We don't care.
and we don't care. So yeah, Schwartz knew the whole time, which we knew because there's no way that Sandoval can keep a secret from him. There's no way. Uh, and Sandoval is a man child. Oh my god, he is just a man child.
Him,
I've never.
him crying to Lisa, I was like, "You're such a fake, dude. You're so fake. You're so fake."
Like, you're a bad actor. You're bad at this. You're a good liar. You're a bad actor.
Yeah.
And for that you are fucking scum. Also, Rachel can go back down to the depths of hell from which she came from, which is like Idaho or something. Not Idaho. Is she from California? I don't remember. Um, it doesn't matter. But yeah,
And she's 29. Like, people keep making it like she's this really young girl, and
yeah,
she's
right,
29 years old. Like,
right.
and I get the whole like everybody on this show has done shady shit, and you're right. But Ariana, when she hooked up with Sandoval the first time, you know, that whole relationship with him and what's her name? Kristen was just such a fucking fucked relationship with like Ariana and him bought a house together. They were building this life together. And she was your best friend. She was like one of the only people that were there for you. Like, you hugged together, you cried together, and then you fucked her man again and again and again
And
and again and again
continued
and again.
and then continued to like be friends with her. Like oh, like it was what's really sick is whenever 2 episodes ago, whenever oh my god, whenever she comes out to Ariana, and starts talking to Ariana about her like their relationship and like, are you guys together? And like is like investigating like where Sandoval and her like their relationship was. And I thought, that's disgusting. Almost like Sandoval had told her, "Oh, we're about to break up. I'm about to leave her. I'm leaving her." So then she goes and she's like, "Are you guys okay? Are you guys still together?" You know? And gross.
Yeah. And it seemed like all he wanted to do was just like party and do drugs, and she's like grown, and it wasn't that she didn't want to party at all anymore, but she's like, I want to spend time with you doing things we used to do. But I know
Quality
everything's
time.
all the women's fault.
Right, right, right. No. No. She's I feel sorry for her, but she's gonna come out of this fine. She's gonna come out of this just fine. And um I hope that Kristen Doty feels very vindicated because everything she said came to fruition. But not like happy about it, but just vindicated.
Yeah.
Because it was kind of fucked up the way that it happened. And then James Kennedy on the phone with Rachel. What did he call it? What did he call it? What did he call it? What did he call it?
Did he fucking do it or whatever? Oh my god, dude. And he's such a man child too, but he cracks me up. Like that one episode, he's like, of course I'm pissed off about that engagement. It was like the best proposal ever, and I wasted it on you. Oh my
Dude,
god, so funny, dude. Like,
he's the best. He has
grow
the
up.
he has the maturity of a 14-year-old boy, and he just doesn't know how to process emotions. So it's so good.
It makes for
Lala,
great TV, but it's probably not the best way to live your life. But
Oh,
I
I
don't
would
know.
not be
If you
friends
ever
with
watch
any of.
this, James, we think you're hilarious.
Yeah, he is so funny, dude. He has the best. He comes up with the best stuff. But no, I would not want to be friends with any of these degenerates in real life. Oh my god, no, no, we would not get along at all. Uh,
No, everybody sleeps with like everybody, and it's to the point where I'm like, damn, is Sheena the only one? Like, she hooked up with that dude like before the show started that was married,
right,
but
right.
ever since then, like, is she the only one that doesn't like screw her friend's man?
Yes, yes. She just gets married.
It's,
She's trying to get married. Like she's just been trying to get married this whole time.
yeah,
That's all she's tried to do.
yeah, like
Like,
this dude she's with now. I'm like, oh my god, I hope this works out because they brought kids into it. Like, Jesus Christ, let this one work.
please let this work. Please. Yeah. No,
Yeah,
it was a good no.
she,
I'm just now we have 3 weeks of reunion.
yeah,
That'll
that's
be
gonna. Oh
crazy.
my god, I'm gonna
That's
be popcorn. Well, not really. I don't really like popcorn that much,
but
but
yes, but be like ready, like movie ready for this shit. Yep. I want to see blood. I hope it gets physical. I'm so ready.
I don't know if we're
So,
gonna see blood, but
I mean, reality TV blood, I guess, is best as you can get it, you
yeah,
know? So, uh,
CD being adorkable again.
oh, hey, Night Shift, how are you? uh, what,
Are you all talking about Bridgerton or something?
don't worry about it. It doesn't matter. We had our moment. We had our moment.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for sparing that. What else fun has happened? Oh, you're drinking Bud Light. That's fun. Um, speaking
And
of,
you know what? I'm like, I want to switch to back to tequila and lemonades, and the tequila that I have right now is straight from Mexico. And the
ooh,
Mexicans, they don't play that kind of
no,
woke bullshit. Like when my husband shows like the Mexican stuff that happens here with that kind of shit, they're like, what the fuck? What do you mean that was his son? Now it's their daughter. Like, what the fuck? But I was like, yeah, maybe I'll just stick to that. Because at first I was like, maybe I'll switch to like Coors Light or Miller Light. Then Miller Light came out with that. And I'm like, I bet you if I switch to Coors Light, shit's gonna happen. So I'm just gonna buy
just stick that. You're
Mexican.
just yeah.
I'm
There
just
you
gonna
go.
go with
There you
tequila
go.
now. But I really the only reason and here's the thing. The only reason that I did not start off drinking beer. I always hated beer. I started off drinking like vodka mixed with stuff, Zimas with like Jolly Ranchers and shit like that. That's the kind of shit I drank. I did not drink beer. And then I got an apartment and the one dude was 21. So he would buy Bud Light. So I'm like, well, I want to drink. And all he would get us was Bud Light. So I started drinking Bud Light. I would still drink vodka and stuff whenever I could get it or whatever. And then I started going to this bar, and you could either go up to the actual bar, which was packed as shit, and wait for your mixed drink for 10 fucking dollars or whatever, even back in the early 2000s. Or you could go to the hot beer tub chick, and she had Coronas, she had Bud Light, and something else. And I was like, well, I'm used to Bud Light, so I'll just get the
So
fucking Bud
just
Light. And that's why I drink. Like, I don't think beer tastes good. It's just,
right. Just what you. It's just what you drink.
yeah, it's what I drink. I like it really cold. I like
Uh,
that carbonation feeling.
for sure.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, Coors Light and Bud Light don't really taste that much different to me. Miller Light, I think, tastes a little different again. They're talking about our cleavage on Rumble, Adam said.
Oh, I can't see Rumble. I wouldn't. I'd have to like get on Rumble. Well, I guess that's something to
Can't
talk
see
about.
anything.
I guess that's something to talk about. Um, uh, well, I think it's smart to just stick to your brand, whatever it is that you like, or tequila. Either way, but like I think jumping from brand to brand is silly. If you're just gonna drink like piss beer, just like pick one and stick with it because they're all run by woke assholes. Like
Yeah,
it's just
that's what I'm saying. I could have switched, and now it's just happening. So I'm just
yeah. I
and the
mean, it
only
would have
and
been,
I was thinking I wanted to go back to tequila and lemonades anyways, just because I need to lose weight.
and
Like
that's
when
a
I
good
was
way. Yeah, like I said, because alcohol is like, God, who are you telling? I
yeah,
know,
here's
like
how many calories
yeah,
are
beer's got yeah, and I'm like shouldn't. I mean, I do, but I shouldn't eat or consume a whole lot of gluten. So like beer is just like straight gluten. So you know what I mean? Like I probably shouldn't I shouldn't drink beer at all. I've actually switched to recently the high noon tequilas. The tequila seltzers are pretty good. And like I'm not like a big fan of any of that stuff, but I really like those.
I used to drink those. They're like Cape Line or something drinks. They have like it's like lime, lemon, strawberry. I don't know. I used to drink those for a little while, but it kind of made me puke a lot.
Oh, tough. Don't do
It
that.
was
Yeah.
all yeah, like yeah. Yeah,
Uh
they were rough.
yeah, they were
Like everything was good until later, and like I'm not saying I've never puked off of beer, but I have to drink a lot of beer for that to happen. Same with tequila and lemonades, but those things, man, like, yeah, I know, likey. I mean, I like them till later.
well,
St.
the
Michael wants you to know that you look wonderful this evening.
Aw, thanks, St. Michael. That's sweet. Dude, your cat's loud too. Everyone in your house is loud, including oh look, Mr. Love.
Yeah.
No, I drink yeah, those high noons. That's been my new summer drink. But as a bartender, man, I don't really drink a whole lot. I really don't. When you do liquor, it's not as fun. I just like it's like by the time like I just like it gets to that point, it's like I'll just drink water. I'm, I just or good juice, like screw it. Uh, look, I'll look at this. Okay. Oh, hey, Cyborg. I guess we
Hi,
should look at
Cyborg.
this. Normally, I leave that to Jess. Oh, pay attention.
Red wine. No, I see. I can't do wine.
I love wine. I like I like red blends, Malbec. Hey, Daniel. Um, uh, rosé, anything dry, as long as it's super dry.
I feel like if I did like
Nothing
wine, I
sweet.
would like it super wet. And I don't, I know, I'm just saying.
That it's called sweet. It's not called wet. It's called sweet. But I know what you mean. I'm picking up what you're putting.
I'm not a wine
Want some
connoisseur.
wet wine?
There was this lady at my sister's house. My sister's much more, the people she's around are much more uppity than I am. And not that I think you need to be uppity to go to a wine vineyard, but I definitely think you have to be uppity to say what she said to me. So she was talking about wine, and I was like, "Oh, I'm not really a fan of wine. The way it makes me feel, like it's not that the taste or anything. It's just I don't like the way it makes me feel." She's like, "Oh, you need to go to a wine vineyard. You need to get more culture." And I'm just like, so I go up to Adam a
I am
little
so
bit later
sorry.
and I tell him, and I'm just like, when she said that to me, I just wanted to be like, how about I go drop you off in the ghetto so you also can get more cultured? Like, shut the fuck up.
Also, you said
And
you
I would
didn't like.
totally go to a wine vineyard for lunch because it looks really pretty and I like food.
You also uh you also just told her you didn't really like wine, so why would you go to a vineyard? Like that doesn't sound like fun for someone who doesn't drink wine.
Right? Like, yeah, I definitely would not be having the time of my life. But
No, so
yeah.
I mean, oh my god. Um uh
What's wet wine? What did I miss about wet wine?
I was like I like wine like red blends and rosé and really just like dry wine. As long as it's dry, I'll probably drink it. And she was like, I like my wine wet. And I was like, you just mean sweet. You don't mean
Yeah, I
but
was like,
sure,
I
wet.
don't drink wine.
Wet's
And I
good.
feel
Wet's
like if
good
I
too.
did, I'd like it wet.
Uh
I like it wet. Thanks, everyone. Welcome me back. Got my guest settled in.
Okay.
Oh, but did you talk about the peanut butter whiskey, the screwball stuff? I'm gonna talk about that. Oh, maybe that was in the chat.
I don't know, maybe.
Adam was talking about it.
Wait,
Anyways, hey. So did I miss
Anyways,
a good alcohol talk? Is that what I missed?
We were yes, we were talking about beer because I saw her drinking a Bud Light can. So I was like, okay, so you're still drinking Bud Light. And I was like, I think that's good because if you just jump from this brand to the next brand, like they're all run by, woke dicks.
Yeah,
So you're just
Coronas
gonna like
too. Like,
so you're just gonna like just stick to what you like, just stick to what works. And yeah, that's what we were talking about. And then what?
so you like tell you guys after private.
What?
I'm sorry. Thank God I didn't wear a mask.
Yep. Hey, Paul. Paul's over in Rumble now.
Hi, Paul.
Well, he's catching up, so he'll hear that in a little bit. Yeah, like, and I made a post too where I'm like, oh, now the way y'all got together to boycott Bud Light, why don't y'all get together and do like a tax revolt or something, like something that actually makes a fucking difference? Like, trust me, I have no problem with beer.
That I'd be down with.
Yeah, like what beer is like it's it's not like necessary in life. It's something we like to do. It's not like everyone can get together to boycott that, and which I get, and I'm free market capitalist, and that's how you get to people is and exactly.
Absolutely.
Curious me and you. We're in Coors country. We are in Coors country here. Okay, this is Coors country.
I like Coors just fine, and St. Michael. So those are two wines that I do enjoy. Particularly, I like Spanish and Argentinian wine. So, both of those are Spanish grapes.
Oh, thanks, JC.
Thanks, guys.
Everyone's thanks for giving us stuff tonight. You guys are sweet.
Yeah.
Great, because I haven't been streaming much too. So.
Okay, so earlier last week, I posted that picture of me on Shabu, and I promised that I would tell that story of how I ended up being able to hang out with the whale.
The whale?
Yeah. So when I was like 3, 4, my favorite movie was Free Willy. I loved Free Willy a lot. Too much. I was obsessed. And my parents had gone to Orlando for like a conference and come back with like
oh, I know what you're talking about. Shamu.
They'd come back with like an entire bed full of like souvenirs and shit from SeaWorld. And I was distraught because my parents went to SeaWorld without me. and I just couldn't I just couldn't handle it. I was really mad at them. I was really, really mad. Instead of whale, it was it it is. It is. This is cool. So it's the closest thing I've ever like the closest proximity I've ever been to for like a famous anyone or thing famous. Like I've never this is it. And so anyway, so my
Free
a few
Willy's
weeks
a great movie. Are we talking about Free Willy?
yes,
Talking
so
about how she got to sit on Shamu. She's telling a story.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Don't apologize.
No, Free Willy, and I got excited.
Well, we're talking about it. Yeah. So anyway, I end up, I'm really upset about it, and my grandfather offers to take me to he offers to take me to San Antonio, Florida. Because I didn't know that San Antonio, I just knew that he was at SeaWorld and San Antonio was closest to us. So my grandfather took me to San Antonio, Florida for me to go and see Shamu. Again, I'm 3 years old, 3.5 years old. And so to the detriment of my parents, I told everyone that I was going to see Shamu in San Antonio, Florida, to which they then had to explain that she's just go and see Shamu. Don't worry about it. So we get to the park, and this is told by my aunt and my uncle, who at the time were just dating. They weren't even married. And my grandfather apparently just like hung out next to the whale exhibit, right? Like by the whale trainer. And he swears he only paid him $100. My aunt and uncle very much differ on that, to make sure that I would be the random audience member selected on that day to go down and touch the whale. The kid, and he was basically like, the kid wants to
they always pick one kid and set you on the whale.
So he was like, we got to make sure that, like, what will it take to make sure that she's the kid, So they so anyway, so I was the random audience member picked that day. And I got to go down. They picked my name, and they called me down. They were like, what's your name? And it was like CD. And they were like, oh, where are you from? And I was like, home. And they were like, oh, little CD came all the way from home. And yeah, I got to touch the buttons and make the whale do flips and stuff. And then whenever they pulled the whale on, they picked me up and put me on. And
glad it didn't grab you and drown you.
Right after I watched Blackfish, it's just like, what? They let little kids down there. I was that little kid.
Yeah, I don't think they'd realize how mad they were making those whales or something. Hey, Stay.
Yeah, they stopped even doing that. Like, I got to go up to Shamu when I was like 17 or 18, but by that time you weren't allowed to sit on them anymore. Like, you would do this thing and they would come up out of the water, and that was, you weren't allowed to like sit on them and stuff anymore. And yeah, I guess that's a good thing. We probably shouldn't have put those really big ones. Really little things.
It's like one of those things you look back, it was such a novelty at the time when you would go see them. Like, and there was other cool stuff at SeaWorld, the stingrays, the starfish. And like, you don't think about it. And then like, you're like, oh, shit.
I'm not gonna lie. I want to go to Florida so bad when the kids are both like a little bit older, and part of me so bad still wants to take them to SeaWorld.
Dude, first of all,
they have really cool roller coasters though too.
I love SeaWorld and will always prefer SeaWorld. I love aquariums. I love all aquariums. So I much prefer that to like anything else. And
Amit says we're all glowing, by the way. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. I am wearing like a shimmer and shine type of blush because my other blush cracked on vacation.
Oh, I hate when that
And
happens. Oh.
And I'm so like, I found this one blush and then I couldn't find it again. And
I
then I
hate
found
that.
yeah. And then I
It's like,
found another one similar to it. And that's the one that cracked. So I use like my shimmer stuff, which I actually don't like. So that made me feel good.
It's
What the
working
hell
for
is
sure.
going on? What is going on? Hang on.
I have some, like, I don't wear much makeup, but I have a couple eyeshadows I loved, and then like I find such a good color, and then it's like when I finally get out of it, which is like years later, there it's gone, and it's so hard to find something similar.
I
So
hate I
I
hate
don't have
that.
the
I hate that.
patience for it either to
Yeah,
shop.
to like keep up with like, well, I had this and now you don't make it anymore, and then you have to go find. Oh, I hate it. And those,
Yeah.
oh, I hate those stores. I hate that. Oh,
I know.
yeah.
I wear I just because of my acne stuff. If anyone has acne problems and you don't need to wear a lot of makeup, just the regular original powder from Bare Minerals, like even it really is.
Yep.
It's not. But the matte is pore clogging. The matte version, MATTE, is pore clogging, but
Yeah.
the original is good. So
Good.
they have that at Ulta, but like. And then like go in there and I'm like, okay, I'll look for some other colors. And I like go get exactly what I need from my stuff. And I'm like, no, I'm out. I'm out. There's just so
Yeah,
much
right.
stuff in there. And I'm
It's
like,
overwhelming. And
ah,
like it makes you feel like you need it. And it's like, I don't need this. Like, I don't need this. Like,
and
I've lived
everything's
my whole
just
life.
expensive enough
Yeah.
too. Like where you're like, if you get 3 things, it's like almost $100. And you're like,
It's so
okay.
expensive, dude. No, did you guys see the video today of the lady that was like doing? I guess I think she was like selling makeup. I think
Oh,
she
the
was
blonde
selling
one where
makeup.
she was just putting a ton
Yeah,
on. Yeah.
yeah, and it
Yeah,
was like,
Adam
and
said you need to take your first date in the pool from now on these days. You need to he said you need to get her face wet too these days.
yes, yes, like you should, and yeah, it's scary. It's scary. Like,
I
It's
get it. Like if
and you
you
should.
wear, I understand why drag and cross dressers like to do because I've known women who just fucking love doing it. There's all those women who love fucking doing it, right? But I'm like, well, now that fucking contouring and I was like, yeah, no, I'm not even gonna. No, we're gonna like the. I'm like, I will draw on my eyebrows. I will put
Yeah,
some powder on, and I will put some mascara on, and maybe a eyeshadow. You know, it's just like I'm just
no,
lazy.
I'm lazy too. I don't like putting like all that stuff.
I
Like,
don't
that's
like to
so much
take it
stuff,
off.
Yeah, and I feel like the
right?
more I put on, especially because I'm so like lighter, it just doesn't look good. Like if you have dark, sometimes you can get away with more with the darker hair and stuff. But I'm like, I literally look like the cross dressers when I put
Yeah, it
the
just
makeup
doesn't. Yeah,
on.
yeah. No,
That's why they all love me, is because they're like, oh, she kind of looks like us a little bit if she puts some more makeup on.
I really, yeah. It's not good, it's not good to like. I don't think it's good for your self esteem, personally. Like, it's not good. Like, if you don't go out, like, unless you look like that, like, God, it's so much, and that's not even your face anymore. It's
Yeah,
not
it's
even
just like
yours.
a whole
And then you get
And
those dudes who,
honestly,
like the dudes who make it like, oh, whoa, they're tricking us. I'm like, you idiot! If you didn't know that was a lot of makeup on someone, you think people look like that?
uh,
You fucking
like,
idiots. Like,
right, like you're dumb. She, could do a whole lesson on it. Yeah, you know what I mean? Just, are you serious? Like, that's clearly not that chick's face. Clearly not that chick's face.
it's like, and doesn't it feel so thick
Yes.
on your
God.
skin?
Eh. It yes. You just,
and like
you know,
Susie said in Rumble Chat, yeah, and like if you do start getting wrinkles and stuff, it just because I know it's actually
extreme shit.
I used to be able to put a little like, just a little to put up on the under my eyes just to like get rid of the darkness. But
Yeah,
now I'm
yeah.
like, okay, what's worse, the darkness or the fact that you can see this crack that's
Right.
grown in
Yeah,
the
the
last 3
crinkles.
years? Like,
Yeah.
hmm.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why
I think it just
I started using that um like cover girl oil Volay lotion like mix, because I've used oil Volay a lot in my life because I don't break out from it. I break out from so much shit, and I hate it when people are like, it's all natural, it's good for sensitive skin, and I'm like, bitch, I'm allergic to aloe.
And the
Fuck
stuff
you.
and over the counter stuff, a lot of stuff like the FDA approves it and whatever, and it's still bullshit. Like half of the acne products have pore clogging shit in them.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
Like
They don't want to solve your problem.
no.
I've always, and I guess because my aunts were the same way, my aunts looked younger for their age. Like even my mom, people thought looked younger. And we were just like, I mean, just hydrate your skin. Like you don't need to buy like this $500 lotion. Just hydrate your skin. Like get a lotion
That's what I
works for
do.
you know,
CC,
and
where you
and
from?
yeah, like oil of Olay can get expensive, but I go to the BJ's with a coupon and I get that shit for like $35 and I'm good for like a year.
Yeah, right.
Was there more
Oh,
to
There
the
you go.
SeaWorld story?
No. That like I was just that was it. I was the random kid, and I and
We
my
found out
my
that-
grandfather I think paid that guy's like bills for the month to
And
make
it's your
sure.
and you have a memory for the rest of your life now.
Dude, I was in that moment. I was just like the happiest 3-year-old on the planet, like just bliss, just
Ugh.
ah.
And now you're even happier because they didn't go back in. But that only happened once. It's usually the trainers they go for.
Yeah, the ones I'm more comfortable with and like more yeah, no. I mean, they seem
Like that's
comfortable enough with the whale to put me. You saw the picture?
that story with Tillicum, the one
Mhm.
that
the
killed
blackfish
that
or
one.
whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that story about Tillicum was sad.
Oh, it's
Like
so sad.
like
No,
it
it
was
was
so sad.
no, I haven't. But I was gonna
Oh,
say, they're talking about red fishing, and you should definitely go. Everyone should go fish for redfish outside New Orleans. That's what CC's talking about, and it is super fun.
Is that the catfish thing in the mud?
No, that is called noodling, and that is for crazy people. No, this is on a boat with a pole and expensive, not expensive. No, you just but it's baited. It's live bait, normally shrimp, and
Okay.
yeah. So, but it's super fun. They fight like catfish, though. So,
Okay.
I haven't been fishing in over 20 years.
Oh, I love fishing. I go
I
fishing.
love
Adam
to
loves
fish. Oh my god, I love to fish so much. It's one of my favorite things. I get it, Jess. I get it. I love to fish. That's me
Love
and my
it.
dad's thing. Me and my dad go fishing all the time. Like he lives on the river, and like we just go. We just go. I just love it. I don't care if we
Oh
catch
wait,
anything or
no.
not.
I did go fishing with Adam once. I was pregnant. It looked really cute too.
Yeah.
I just want to add that part in that I looked really cute.
Well, I mean, if you don't look really cute while you're fishing, what are you doing?
Like I was still at like a good pregnancy weight, and I had like the cute belly and like the mommy milk.
Oh, that is cute. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
had like this cute pink tank top, these cute little black shorts. If we would have gone like a month after that, I wouldn't have looked cute.
Adam says,
Yeah.
and you were mad. We were mad about something.
We were mad about
Busted.
Probably.
Oh, nice.
I
St.
don't know.
Michael's been fishing. You got salmon. When I go ice fishing out here, I get salmon. They got kokanee
Ooh,
salmon.
fun.
I'm trying to remember why. Like, I know I was mad about something, but I don't remember what it was. Could have been anything. I was pregnant. Could have been like, we have to walk on rocks. Who knows? You got these kind of hot dog buns.
You got the wrong hot dog buns. Is that what you just said?
I don't know. I'm just saying it could have been something like that.
Oh, and you said you were too far in the bathroom.
Like I can be so much like my dad. And it's so funny because people will think like it's the woman in me, and it's like, no, this is my dad's side of the family because we're very particular about things and we like things a certain way. So many times I have to shut my mouth and not say anything because I know it's so ridiculous, these things that us line deckers get irritated over. And then sometimes I will say something to Adam, and he's just like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" Who even like thinks this shit or
And then
gets
you're like,
upset about this shit? Like,
then you're like, all right, you're right. I'm gonna regroup over here. Bye.
so yeah, when I was pregnant, I wasn't like horrible, but I mean, yeah, especially I was really sick in the beginning. I was just
Yeah.
really annoyed. I was just annoyed. It's weird, dude. You're like growing a whole nother life.
Oh,
Yeah, it's kind of
I
crazy.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
You
sure
can't sleep.
everything is
Yeah.
weird.
It's like in some kids, it's hard. Like when you're pregnant, it's hard to sleep. Some people sleep okay. I mean, it's just this whole, and it's not a squishable belly.
Right, right. It's tight.
Like this hard belly, man. Yeah. So fuck yeah, I was crabby when we went fishing. I don't remember why. Like fuck you.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all.
Yeah, you're so wicked.
Oh, what else going on? We're an hour and a half. I can go
Yeah,
whatever you guys want to do.
well, we talked about as far as news goes, we talked about
We
the
talked
Bud
about
Light
Martha
stuff,
Stewart's boobies.
Martha Stewart's movies, and how good
We
they
talked
look.
about the lack of Bud Light's new sponsor people's boobies.
Oh, the
Oh,
Miller. Did you talk about the Miller ad too? The
yeah,
Miller.
then how we're not allowed to see
That was
girls
so
in.
rude. She's like, they put us in bikinis. I was like, bitch, I put myself in a bikini, just like I'm sure those
Right.
girls did. And not to say there weren't abuses in the modeling agency and shit like that, but
Oh my god, but
don't
like,
take agency away from us. We like to be sexy. We like the bikinis. And like, what are, like we said, like it's okay to be OnlyFans, but it's not okay to use bikinis to sell beer.
right,
Like
right,
everything is
right.
just
That's
so virtue.
that's definitely yeah. It's just all yeah. And that's the part that
Notice
like
there's
I
not,
get.
like you ever see like any fat male models though?
No, they
Like
usually
when do we see that?
Well, no, um, that doesn't sell anything. Uh, I don't think it does. I don't know who they would try to sell anything to with that. Yeah, I don't
There's
know.
like fat trans med models. There's like that Kevin Klein. Calvin Klein is a fat trans model.
It's even
Does that
funnier just
count?
to pay for the background with that.
Does that even count?
Randy, you're right. What about Kamikaze?
Oh yeah, the Dove ad from like a long time ago. The body positivity doesn't exist for men. Yeah, yeah, no. Uh,
That sucks because I do like Dove. It's very good on my skin. But I actually have
yeah,
Caress right now.
Well,
I
like
had a
how
coupon.
fucking talk about esteem. Like one thing I made a post about this the other day. How everyone's like, I need to be represented and everything. It's like, bitch, no, you don't. You need to be represented in your own life. But it's like, why is everyone's self-esteem that? Oh, I need this multinational corporation that sells fucking lotion to make me feel good about myself. Like, what the like?
bitch, it's called self-esteem.
Yeah, do it yourself,
You
man.
have to
Like,
get you have to get it from yourself. It comes from yourself. Um,
oh my
You know
gosh,
what I think is weird is like people who are like, I mean, I get it, dude. Like if I get wanting your young children to see people of their skin color or whatever in movies. Like, I get that. I get wanting some representation. What I don't get is why do you get so mad about representation in Hollywood, but you don't get mad about representation in other aspects of life? You know, like I've been at a lot of hospitals and there's a lot of black nurses. Why aren't you proud of that? You should be proud of that. Women in general should be proud of being nurses because women are naturally caretakers. They should, you know, that's why more women tend to be nurses, teachers. Like, why don't you take any pride in that? Because I think there's more pride in that. I mean, unless you're a TikTok dancing nurse, there's more pride in that than, being in a movie. Not that that's not cool, because that is cool, but I think there's other aspects that should be celebrated. Like, one of the greatest economists of our time is Thomas Sowell. And most people don't know who he is.
Right.
I remember the first time I saw him, he was on that PBS thing with that white dude. And I came home kind of fucked up, and my dad was watching him. And I'm like sitting there eating, and I'm like, this dude's pretty smart, huh? Like, I'll never forget that, because that's how I came across him. I mean, I was right. He was pretty smart. My dad just like laughed at me. He's like, yeah, like you would like him. You should watch it. But yeah, it's just weird to me. And I also like don't get the like remaking everything. I think people are individuals, and I think we should represent different individuals. But what the fuck do I know? I'm just a dumb stay-at-home mom.
I'm just a dumb bitch. So,
well,
I hate that I
intelligent bartender, so fuck you all. And I'm gonna indoctrinate your children one day to hate your asses.
Like Curious over Curious Minion. Have a good night time.
If we had more teachers like CD, though, I would definitely feel more comfortable sending my kid to school.
Right.
Yeah. No, I plan to set the standard. Like I plan to almost make it like activism.
You're getting involved. That's the same
like
shit.
Within, like from within the system, right?
Because that's what they fucking did. They snuck in, especially in the school system since the fucking 60s. All these activists snuck in, and they knew exactly what the fuck they were doing, and they knew it. So why the fuck can't we try it back? I saw some guy the other day was like, well, how many libertarian people winning are there? And I'm like, we're just getting going, bro. Like half the time the LP has been bogged down by infighting for so fucking long and unorganization. It's like, why people think we have to be at the same level as them, right? I'm like, no, it doesn't work like that. It takes a minute. It's going to take a decade probably to even like undo some of this shit, if it's possible, if it even can work, right? So it's like, oh, these people drive me nuts. We're going to infiltrate everywhere we can. And people stop fucking talking down on people who are trying it. Like, hate these people.
Yes. I definitely want to, yeah, that's what we have to do. We have to take it back, and we have to take it back from the inside. We're not going to be able to just we're not just going to be able to just demand it. They have parents now calling the police on teachers here in Florida, which is good. I think that needs to come from within. I think other teachers need to see bad things. They need to call it out, and they need to report it, and they need to report bad teachers.
Yeah, and bully the weirdo ones. Like, bully the weirdo one. Like, get the fuck out of here with your fucking...
Get out of here. Right, right.
All this pride shit in your classroom. Get the fuck out of here. Like, we're not doing that.
We're not doing that. Mm-hmm. No. Yeah, it's not okay.
There's absolutely no reason for it, especially with really young kids.
But they want the validation of kids because they're fucking stuck in a kid's mindset or some shit that they like need the validation of kids. It's just bizarre.
Yeah, and
it's also you're not supposed to be your. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Alice.
I just think that's things that parents need to talk to their kids about, because people will be like, well, there's all different types of families, and it's like, you're right, there are all different types of families, like, but that's up to me how I want to talk to my kid about those things, like,
okay, a teacher is not a friend, just like a parent is not a friend.
Social media probably
to your point.
probably in the
Yeah,
last
yeah,
year.
right. It's all blurred. But
And
like
they
to
do
your
so much
point,
online
Alice.
stuff with the teachers too, where there's like there's all these online tutorial stuff where you're online. So like they have a chance to DM with kids, it's opened up all these doors and kind of blurred the line where we're friends and we can talk to them. Like we chat with other people and shit. And it's just kind of like, no,
No, like
even like my
I'm
nicest
talking
teacher
to
that I
Alice.
liked, I never thought she was my fucking friend. You know what I mean? Like I didn't feel
Right.
like
What I do.
what?
No. I'm just saying that like I would, if I'm the teacher and like if there was something going on with your daughter or with one of your kids, either one of them, like I would like be communicating with you. I would not be, you know what I
Yep,
mean?
and
Like I would
mostly,
be
yeah.
like I would not be taking things into my own hands and trying to like have a hand in raising, if it was, if I notice a behavioral change, if I notice, I wouldn't go to the kid and say, "Is there something going on at home?" I would go to you. And I
Yeah.
would say something, and then you would either be honest with me or you wouldn't. And then if I felt like you weren't being honest with me, or if you wouldn't communicate with me at all, then I would definitely go to the counselor and be like, I think something's going on, and I think this child needs to talk to a counselor. But I am not that person. And I, as a teacher, am there to teach. I'm not there to counsel. We have people for that. No, I can't control what they
I
do,
think
but like,
it's important for and this is just something that I notice. It's not that I don't think they liked each other, but it didn't seem that my daughter's counselor and my daughter's teacher had a great relationship. And I think that's really important for a teacher and a counselor to have a great relationship, because when you do run into a kid who does have a problem, whether it's parents like me and Adam who were very proactive, or maybe the problem is the parents, maybe there is abuse, that I think even if you have differences, like you really need to put those aside and work together,
what
and
that,
I mean, I'm
yes.
not saying, but I'm just saying it was probably my daughter's teacher that was more of the problem, because like my daughter's counselor was amazing. We went to her like right away before Scar even started school, like, this is what she is going through, this is what she has been through. My dad is dying. She's going to be watching her grandfather die. Like, this is what we're going through as a family. And now she's in a new school. She's away from her friends, everything that she knew growing up. And we went to the counselor, and she took a liking and a concern to Scarlett and cared for her. But her teacher, man, like, she
Yeah.
could have cared less.
Yeah. Well, children in that vulnerable position need stability more than anything. And if you are their lifeline at school, then and you present yourself as unstable, they won't trust you, and they'll just, and then you get one shot, and then once you've lost their trust, it's over. So, yeah, I think the professional thing to do in the interest of the kids, which is what they like to say this is about, you should absolutely professionally be able to put aside whatever personal differences you have for the betterment of a kid. That's why you're paid.
Right.
That's what you're there for. And so yes. Yes, I have worked with lots of people I did not like, but professionally I could do my job because it's not about me and my feelings. God, I hate people. I hate people. Like, come on. Like, this is your job. This is your job. This is your job. This is why you're here.
It's
This
so
is your
easy
job.
to understand. Don't like to leave kids alone. Like we all were kids. How can people forget like what it's like to have weirdos like that? And like, it's just I don't know, man. I thought it's wild how that just like that line got, which we've talked about a million times why and how it's festered and all that shit. And there's a lot to it, but it's like, woof, what a crazy world we're in.
I know. So, yeah,
Yes, Zoom classes taught parents a lot. I don't even think it was just. I mean, I'm a stay-at-home mom, and even when my daughter started school, I was still a stay-at-home mom. So I was still very much involved in what was going on. And there were things that I did love about my kids' school, but like I didn't take my kids out of school because of any like of this weird shit you see on libs of TikTok or anything like that. It was just I sat back one day and I'm like, I could fight this system for years and I might get somewhere, but not by the time my kid needs it. And it was actually on Twitter that I figured out how to homeschool, how to do it in a way where my kids have more freedom in their education. And yeah, it wasn't even any of this weird stuff. I'm just like, it's kind of weird that she's kind of struggling in math and you're just going to pass her to the next grade. I mean, I don't want her to get held back, but she goes to the next thing and it's like, then you're going to struggle even more.
Right.
And I found my standardized test from when I was in school. And it actually said I was above average in math. And I'm like, that's kind of fucked up because I've struggled with math. So I'm like, maybe the school system's even more fucked up for a long time than I even thought.
Yeah, longer than you even imagine. Yeah. No, I mean, I think it has been for a long time. I think a lot of kids have been left behind. I think a lot of kids have been failed. And we are seeing the generational impact of that failed system, that failed institution.
The cycle of it.
Yeah, right. So like we're in like generations of a failed system now. And you can there's a lot of things you can point to, but either way, the best thing now is for school choice to be a thing and for teachers unions to go away, and for that's one thing I'm not doing. I will not be joining the union at all. No. I don't care. I don't care.
Fuck that shit.
And I'm fine. I'm fine. And my main thing is to like get my certifications like I want and have them pay for a lot of that and then be able to get out and go do my own thing. That's my goal. I doubt I stay in this, in school board.
You should look into, I don't know what Florida's homeschooling thing is, but you should look into certifying homeschoolers, because like what we do where we are, I send in work from the kids' school year. I just send in screenshots of different stuff. A certified teacher from our state looks it over. She signs a paper to certify it. She makes $50 off my 2 kids.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, that doesn't sound hard.
And you get to give parents the freedom. You get to know, like, I'm giving parents like the freedom for them to have a fun educational experience. Like the lady that we picked, one of the reasons I picked her, she was like, I'm your no hassle homeschooling mom. I was a teacher for X amount of years and then I had kids and now I stay home with them. And I just send her a bunch of stuff from the kids and she grades it. She'll write a little note with it. And and it's nice because I think you would be kind of like her, like with my daughter's cursive the one year. She was like, Scar, your cursive's really good, blah blah blah, and I really enjoyed doing this too. Like it's a nice way to still kind of like connect with kids and know you're helping them and make some fucking money doing it.
Dude, I would love that. I think I'd be good at that. Yeah. And I have a high level of respect for homeschool moms and that kind of thing. And then also being able to know those women and know those circles, because they are a lot like you, where they keep up with legislation. They make sure that their stuff is good. And because education's always up in the state, right? And so yeah, they're a lot, they're always on top of their shit. And I definitely would. That would be cool. That would be really cool. So yeah, that's my goal is to get all those certifications and stuff while I'm there, and then figure out my niche because I'll find one.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a traditional classroom every day for the next 35 years. I don't think that's my path. No,
Well, you have to
but
do different things for different kids, and
right, that's what I mean. Like I'm just gonna, I know where I want to
Well, do you
start
want
for
to have
sure.
babies? You want to
Huh?
have babies? You want to have
Yeah,
babies?
absolutely, absolutely, yeah. No, absolutely.
fucking better with those mommy milkers. Like that'd be
I
such
was
a.
about to say.
Can you imagine if they're pregnant? They're gonna
Careful,
get
mommy
bigger.
milkers.
They're gonna get
Oh.
bigger.
Oh, that's crazy. That would be nuts. That will be nuts. I don't even want to think about it yet.
And if you got a good nipple, man,
Yes.
that's
Yes.
and it's easier to pump too if you got a good nipple. If you got a if you have the right nipple for it.
And all nipples are different.
All
Right.
nipples are different, but they're I had no problem pumping. It's fucking weird though.
I can fucking imagine.
Dude, I think about it sometimes, and I also think like that's gonna be so weird. It's gonna be so weird.
It is weird, and I stayed home, but I wanted Adam to be able to feed the baby, so like I breastfed strictly for a certain amount of time, and then I started pumping. One time when we had Grayson, Adam dumped my breast milk out by accident, and I was so mad. We were at a funeral.
You know what I did? Do you know what I did?
Dude,
to
I
get
was like,
that?
do you know what it takes to pump that out? What it took? Because Grayson, dude, he was a little bit rougher. I ain't gonna lie, dude.
Yeah.
He was a little bit rougher on the things, and it was not smooth sailing with him at all. But yeah, I was like, do you even understand what it takes to do that? And my cousin, who's a male, he's like, I mean, I don't think any of us understand. Like, yeah,
No,
well,
Alice, we don't.
I've never wanted to open a drain pipe so bad. I was like, Jesus Christ.
We could end it there on Boop Talk.
All right. Sounds good.
It's always a good spot to end it.
I think so.
Ladies, want to plug anything of yours? Anything? Your Twitter?
No, come. Yeah, just I'll see you. I'll see you on Twitter. Yeah.
Well, CD and
Oh,
Randy
and then
are
Paul
supposed
gave
to
us the
be
chat right
joining Fork It Lounge.
Oh
Forky
yeah.
Lounge
I'm gonna try
next
and make
week.
it there next week. Yes, I'm gonna try and make it. We will confirm next week. But yes, I'm trying
And
to make it
then
there for sure.
tomorrow, put a fork in it. We're supposed to be having Shannon come on. She said, kids provided, which I get. So,
Okay.
Awesome.
But yeah.
This Sunday, Golden Showers, I got the Denver Free Assange lady coming on, so that would be a good one.
Ooh, cool.
But yeah, Forest Mommy on Twitter, JessicaFenske.com, yada yada. Thanks everyone for watching on Rumble and YouTube. I don't think we'll get a strike on YouTube, I'm hoping. So anyways, good night everybody.
Bye y'all.